Alright, hello everybody. So, going in for the Brics video today. This one's going to be a little bit different from previously. So, let's jump into it. The evolution of Chinese cyber offensive operations and association of Southeast Asian nations. Alright. So in the abstract, this, let's see, the increasing level of confrontation evident in global affairs and competition between different political philosophies are being fought across a broad spectrum of diplomatic, informational, military, and economic areas. Russia, China, and Iran, the alliance I keep repeating, are just three examples of nations which represent alternative forms of government and governance that have employed both kinetic and non-kinetic tools to achieve influence and to compete with the interests of other nations and political ideologies. This paper focuses on the employment of Chinese cyber offensive operations to achieve strategic objectives in the Southeast Asia region, aligned to the Made in China 2025 and the 14th five-year plans. It examines the structure and nature of Chinese cyber operations as they have evolved over the past 7 years. Now this is interesting. I've never heard of the Made in China 2025 or the 14th five-year plans. Those are areas for research. Noted. Okay, so now I'm reading and you can read too. I'm just going to point things out that I find interesting for all due purposes. Remember, this is for research. And the research is trying to understand the whole Brics and World War III situation. Okay, so the introduction kicks it off pretty good. The strategic environment consists of continuous confrontation with the potential for persistent conflict in which major state powers are constrained from decisive military action and rapid resolution. Nations such as China display the capacity to employ a whole society approach to espionage and coercion based on its own declarations. Right here. There is but one China in the world. Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory, and blah blah blah. So Taiwan is important to China um, for cyber reasons. Okay. This was interesting. Western companies saw Chinese sales of systems such as firewalls as a short-term business opportunity rather than a component of a series of strategic Chinese objectives enabling mass censorship. Okay. The internet provided China with the opportunities for cyber industrial espionage, IP acquisition, and surveillance overseas. Hmm. Because the Western countries have poor cybersecurity practices and a desire to increase revenue, Western countries have enabled Chinese cyber operations to obtain information while validating tactics, techniques, and procedures. Okay, we've moved to the digital Silk Road. Southeast Asia is increasingly the most frequently targeted region in Chinese cyber espionage activity. The Belt and Road Initiative is likely a significant driver of this cyber activity, together with the South China Sea and Taiwan issues. The deployment of safe city and smart city programs is a particularly strong offering from Chinese state-backed companies such as Huawei, leveraging the mass surveillance strategies and technologies developed and employed within mainland China to sell surveillance systems and public order solutions to countries such as the Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, or Uzbekistan, and Thailand. I don't know if I pronounced some of those countries right. In some cases, military facilities have been infiltrated through consortiums owned by China Telecom, such as Mistel Network in the Philippines. Wow. And other examples, YITU Technology, a Chinese AI company, has introduced facial technology solutions for the Malaysian police force and is likely to have deployed it in the Shanghai airport, Singapore. While many countries, okay, good. We're answering this question. Made in China 2025. Okay, while many countries around the world have used cyber surveillance and data acquisition capabilities for military and strategic purposes, China has used its state capabilities for industrial espionage to provide advantages to Chinese companies. Following significant media reporting in the 2 years prior in 2015, Barack Obama and Chinese President Xi Jinping agreed that neither government would conduct cyber-enabled IP theft for economic advantage. Despite that formal agreement, between September 2015 and June 16, Mediant FireEye observed 13 active Chinese-based groups conduct multiple instances of network compromise against corporations in the United States as well as in Europe and Japan. During this same time frame, blah blah, the groups also targeted organizations in Russia and the Asian Pacific. Okay, so because China was kind of getting caught, they transitioned to a long-term cyber intrusions rather than mash and grab tactics, aligned to the creation of the Joint Staff Department, United States-China Economic and Security Review Commission. China's cyber capabilities span across multiple branches of the People's Liberation Army. Such a weird name. Such a deceptive name. Back to reading. Okay. So China's cyber attacked South Korea and Taiwan. Okay, so China has a huge black market, it sounds like. Now I don't know what China's dark net is about. I don't know if it's like what we consider the dark net. I don't know if these are just people in China trying to get actual goods, or if we're talking about like drugs and other stuff like that. But it kind of explained a little bit, I guess, of the Made in China 2025. Let me go back and look at that. I I guess it's just China trying to dominate and uh, police everything. Where are we on this? I'm probably... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here today. So I've introduced this. So basically, we're just beginning to understand um, how Chinese cyber operations affect, and it sounds like when it comes to Southeast Asia, it sounds like they've created um, backdoor systems so that they can spy on other countries, is what this paper is kind of first revealing. Like when I talked about the Philippines and stuff. Um, and China trying to police the internet, especially within their country. So those are kind of the areas that we've talked about, and we'll go through the other 14 pages next week. Alright, hopefully this didn't bore you too much, but we're just kind of starting to understand some of this. Alright, so I'll leave it there, and we will continue next time. Have a good one, farewell, and embrace peace in your heart and find positivity and creativity. Alright, peace.